I'm in Orkney just now, so I thought for the July story I'd do a very, very wee story from here, or should I say peedy, a peedy story. Peedy is the Orcadian word for wee, and this story is also about a giant who lived over in Caithness, the very, very northerly bit of the Scottish mainland. And he was after some really good, fine, rich earth and some really strong, dense turf. We don't know why. Perhaps he was just wanting to add compost to his land, or perhaps he wanted to build a turf wall or a turf house. And he looked about him and he saw the gentle rolling hills of Orkney and thought, that'll do him just fine. So he picked up his casey, his woven basket made of reeds, and off he waded into the Pentland Firth. Of course, he being a giant, the water didn't bother him much at all. And he arrived in Orkney and he scooped up a huge handful of earth and turf. And then he scooped up a second handful of earth and turf and placed them both into his casey, which was getting pretty full by this point. Now the holes that he'd just made began to fill with water, and these became the lochs of Stennis and Harry. Now as the casey was full, he decided to set off home. But as he did so, a clod of earth fell out of his casey, and that became the island of Grahamsay, which you can just see behind me there. Whoops, with the lighthouse. There you go, there's Grahamsay. And he continued on his journey until disaster struck. The bottom of his casey broke, and all of the earth and turf fell into the sea. He was pretty upset, the giant, in a bit of a mood, so he just waded off home, not bothering to try and save the earth and the turf, which we can still see to this day, because they became the hills of Hoy, which are just there. They're the highest hills in Orkney.